everyone, it's Hayes and it's Miraculous Monday, so it's time for another screaming session.
Hello.
And today we will be doing Origins, both part 1 and part 2, so that means we will be taking a look at Adriantte and Marinette's first meeting, as well as Ladybug and Cat Noir's first meeting, and the first ever umbrella scene. It's like Christmas all over again. No. Stop. Please. So Ladybug and Cat Noir meet first. Honestly, it's been a while since I've seen Origins. I actually thought Adriantte and Marinette met first, but turns out I'm a liar because Adriantte doesn't even make it into the school in the first episode. Amazing. So they first meet after they both transformed, and Adriantte decides to try out for the circus by doing some kind of tightrope walking practice with his baton, and then Ladybug comes crashing into him. How they actually get tangled up with the yo-yo string, I'll never know, but I do really like how Cat Noir doesn't fall for her immediately just because they're partners or just because he thinks she's pretty, and he still does eventually fall for her even though he knows she's clumsy and probably gave him a mild concussion from hitting him in the head with her yo-yo. There isn't really any flirting between them in this first episode, but seeing them interact together without flirting is both wholesome and kind of strange. I guess this is the only episode where there is no flirting at all, whereas it pretty much always happens in other episodes, so it's both nice to see but also kind of strange. But it is really nice to see how Marinette gets gradually more comfortable around Cat Noir to the point where she starts flinging him around with her yo-yo, because I actually do that too whenever I meet someone new. I'm sorry, but we can't be friends if you don't let me do that to you first. So they de-akumatize Ivan, but don't capture the Akuma, well done. But despite that, Cat Noir thinks she's awesome. He's definitely starting to fall for her. However, let's make ourselves upset for a second here. Cat Noir is like, you are amazing, you did it, and Ladybug says, no, we both did it. Like, she knows he's not useless, so why are you treating him like he is this season? Sad times. So let's move on to the second episode when Adriantte and Marinette finally meet. I can't believe they didn't even meet in the first episode in civilian form. As much as I like Lady Noir, Adrianette will always be my favourite side of the love square. So Adriantte arrives at school, but in the classroom, Chloe puts gum on Marinette's seat and Adrianette tries to get it off. But Marinette thinks Adrianette put it there, and this is the first time they see and talk to each other in civilian form. Wow, amazing. You can just see the look of love in each of their eyes. Adrianette tries to defend himself, but Marinette isn't having it. Like, girl, look at his face. Do you think he'd do this? Although I do like that even though Marinette finds out fairly quickly Adrianette is related to Daddy Agreste, who is her favourite fashion designer, although I'm not really sure why, have you seen how he dresses, she doesn't just apologise to Adrianette to get on his good side because of his dad. To be fair, I think Marinette in Origins is like peak Marinette. She gets great character development in 2 episodes, doesn't do any stalking, and we get to see her moral character really well, and both episodes are a really good split of screen time between Adrianette and Marinette. Could we apply these rules to the rest of season 4 as well? So Ivan gets reakumatized, and once Marinette takes the Miraculous back and saves Alia, she also jumps in to help save Cat Noir, and the proper flirting begins. Cat Noir says, "You turn my world upside down." Oh my god, so cute. Yes, this is where it begins properly. So Ladybug and Cat Noir head to the Eiffel Tower, and Officer Raincompris is like, "You've already failed once, let me handle this." And Marinette starts to doubt herself. However, Cat Noir tells her Officer Raincompris is wrong and that she saved Chloe, although that was arguably a bad move. He hypes her up and she responds to it, and I'm just like, someone needs to get Marinette to remember how all of this started and how much Cat Noir did for her and how much he was there for her. I know he's usually used in episodes as comic relief in Akuma battles, while she takes charge and often saves the day kind of not so much herself, but she does most of the work. But Cat Noir has been there for her since day one. Literally. Ladybug purifies the Akumas that make up Hawk Daddy's face, and this is the moment Cat Noir starts to fall in love with her. He says whoever she is behind the mask, I love that girl. Yes. And then his face when she says Milan, get you a boy who looks at you like this. So then they go back to school and Marinette won't talk to Adriantte, so Nino tells him to. And thank you, Nino. I would say your last name, but I don't know how to say it. But thank you for telling Adriantte this and resulting in one of the best scenes in the show. Apart from the Guiltrip boiler room scene. Of course, I'm talking about the original umbrella scene, and everything about it is beautiful. The rain, the music, the atmosphere, I love it. Adrian tries to say hi, but Marinette turns away, but fortunately Adrian tries again and tells her what he was actually doing with the gum. She then looks at him like this, and honestly I don't know how he couldn't not fall in love with her in that moment, but as he hands her the umbrella we hear the clap of thunder as she falls in love with him. She takes the umbrella, and I definitely have a thing about the hands in this show, because I love this moment where Marinette reaches out and he pushes it to her and his hand overlaps her and she takes it. That tiny little sequence, I love it so much. I don't know why, I just love it. The umbrella closes on her and they both start laughing, which is a perfect way to break up the romantic tension in this scene. Marinette realises pretty quickly that she likes Adrian, but Adrian, the idiot he is, utters the phrase that will haunt me for the rest of my life.
She's just a friend.
I'm not kidding, I want to strangle him every time he says this. However, Master Fu does make up for Adrian's transgression when he says,
"Those two are made for each other."
He is so right, it's just sad he doesn't remember this anymore. However, I guess we have Kagami to pick up the slack. A choice was made, and I'm not sure it was the right choice. But anyway, the 2 Origins episodes are just so well done, both with plot and the love square, and the umbrella scene is just done so beautifully. So let's take a look at the fan art for this week. We have 2 pieces from Natharts, one of Lila using the Butterfly Miraculous and one of me using the Turtle Miraculous. Both pieces look amazing, although I do look better than Lila, but who's surprised? Not me. We also have 2 pieces from Hai, who decided she wanted to upset me by sending me a picture of Adrian and Marinette crying, both scared of losing the other person. Thanks, I think, but she did make up for it with this awesome piece of Luca. The poll for next week's Screaming Session will be up tomorrow, and I'd love to know what you thought about the love square in the Origins episodes. Honestly, I do think these 2 episodes are some of the best in the whole show, and not just for the love square. I'd love to know what you think, besties, and I'll see you in the next one.